Gjemmer du
Wait, what is this? I assume that's actually less than 5 minutes delayed? Oh my god. Welcome back to this week's Sunday Community Skirmish. This is week 238. My name is Tanner and I'll be your host for today. Wow, 238 weeks. I say this every week, but man, that's a lot of weeks. For today we have the two amazing teams of the Legio Lepidoptera Leviathan and the Pomelos. The two good old classics. So yeah. And the timer has started. We'll be heading into our first match of today. And the first map will be on the Assault on Kinforth map. I did realize that the music was louder than my voice, and I am adjusting it. Oh, thanks for putting it out. I'm always looking for feedback on the music. Still a fairly new thing, and I haven't had time to actually record a better piece yet. And it is 1 minute 30 until lockdown. And we are locked and loaded. And we are heading into the first match of this week. And we are into the first match of today. Let's start off with ship callouts then. Well, the first ship of this first match of this week is the Fluffy Moth. It's a magnet piloted by Mervin. It's a Manticore Heavy Water Typhoon Heavy Flak Cannon Mark II, a Bourbon Light Gatling Gun, and a Mercury Field Gun, as well as a Skull Double Barrel Mortar and another Mercury Field Gun Magnate. The second ship of today, fighting on the Legio Lepidoptera side, the Leviathans, is the GFA Chalidra. It's a Judgment piloted by Captain Scrowbed. It's a Lumberjack Heavy Mortar, Hades Light Cannon, Army Light Rocket Launcher, a Manticore Heavy Watch, and a Barking Dog Light Carronade. Judgment, yeah. The third ship of today is the SS Speedy Enchilada on the Pomelo side. It's a Hellhound, Heavy Twin Carronade, Manticore Heavy Watcher, Whirlwind Light Gatling Gun, and another Whirlwind Light Gatling Gun, and a Beacon Flare Gun. Corsair, piloted by, if I'm not mistaken, Hellfire. No. Yeah, I'm correct. Hellfire. The last ship of the first match of this week is the Champion Strom. It's a galleon piloted by Sunstrom. It's a Beacon Flare Gun, Manticore Heavy Water, Lumberjack Heavy Border, Hellhound Heavy Twin Carronade, and a Typhoon Heavy Flak Cannon Mark II, and a Hades Light Cannon galleon. We are 1 minute into we're 1 minute left of a pause. I'm not quite sure what the pause, what caused the pause, but it was surely something. Man, it is silent. We are unpausing in 10 seconds. And the pause is over, so let's continue into the match. The SS Speedy Enchilada rushing forwards. With blue team coming in from 1 point and red team having no real idea where blue team is. Blue team sneaking up over there. So now we are waiting for either team to spot their opponent. So red team being spotted. Fluffy Moth now being spotted by, I guess, the Speedy Enchilada. Hiding all the way down there. No, actually not. Must have been Champion Strom then, because Speedy Enchilada is not really in a position where it should be able to spot. Now Calidra being spotted. Speedy Enchilada, I'm guessing going for a ram because, well, that's a very effective thing to do with the Corsair. No, it does not. It opposed. It might actually have done that, but decided in last second because the balloon went down that, you know, let's try to not ram directly into it. I'm not quite sure though. With the Speedy Enchilada, however, having his watch aside towards the GFA Chalidra, but as well as the Chalidra having his watch aside. I'm guessing. The Chalidra does have a Manticore Hwacha, so I'm guessing that's on the back. Yeah. So, the Chalidra also having the Hwacha on the side of the Speedy Enchilada. The Enchilada has to be careful on position here. However, while the Enchilada went for the Judgment, he left his Galleon friend behind, over by the Fluffy Moth. With the Champion Strom having lost most of his permahull, and there his polearmor again, this might be the end. However, he did actually manage to get behind the building. Last second there. Now the Speedy Enchilada trying to aid his Galleon friend by getting I guess that's a Hwacha. Yeah, by getting a Hwacha in there. However, I think that it's not his Hwacha. Yeah, one of his Hwachas is actually down. And now the Enchilada having his balloon down and whole armor down as well, being fired at by both the Fluffy Moth and the Chalidra. Trying to get away, and with the Sunstrom, they're trying to get into the action and trying to help his Corsair friend. However, the Chalidra has it pinned down, and there it goes down. The Enchilada goes down to the hands of the GFA Chalidra. Man, what an interesting turn of events. With Sunstrom having his long-range side, I mean short-range side. Wait, is that the long-range side or the short-range side actually? Actually having his long-range side in short combat, you know, that's generally not a good idea, but I guess he didn't really have a choice. Champion Strom having his balloon down and whole armor as well. It's not look good for the Sunstrom, and there he goes down to the hands of the Fluffy Moth. First 2 points going to Legio Lepidoptera Leviathan. Now with Fluffy Moth trying to sneak around there. Trying to get a good position towards spotting and fighting Enchilada. Oh, a Champion Strom respawning over there. Might be an interesting turn of events. Yeah. A spawn on the Speedy Enchilada should happen any second now. Champion Strom realizing the position of the Fluffy Moth. And now Speedy Enchilada having put out the spot. That was an interesting turn of events. The Speedy Enchilada now turning his Hwacha aside towards the Fluffy Moth. Now both red ships... Oh, it's a building. Both red ships taking a lot of damage there. This does not look good. However, red team is able to avoid getting any permanent damage. The Speedy Enchilada trying to get in a bit closer. However, realizing its mistakes, tries to get that out of there again. Puffymoth with his balloon down. Enchilada with, well, both blue ships actually have a ton of damage going into their hull armors. The hull armor of the Enchilada being, oh, there it goes down actually. Getting some perma damage there, half of the perma hull down. Red team is not messing around this match. Enchilada realizing its mistakes, trying to get out of there, losing almost all of its perma hull there, but just avoids being taken down. Now with the Chaludra losing its balloon and scraping along the floor. However, being able to avoid getting any perma hull damage. Just barely. Speedy Enchilada now with his balloon down, crashing into the floor, and there it goes down to the hands of the GFH Chaludra. Champion Strom, however, staying outside, staying out of the combat, trying to avoid as much as it can, trying to avoid like direct combat as much as it can. With Sunstrom trying its best to just get out of there. Balloon, well, balloon almost down. Balloon down on the Chaludra at least. Being able to at least disable it and make sure that it doesn't get into the combat right away. However, the Chaludra has a long range front, and this does not look good for poor old Sunstrom here. Balloon down, hull armor down, losing a bit of perma-hull there. This just does not look good for the Galleon. Champion Strom now fighting to keep his hull armor alive, but fails. However, while the Chaludra is reloading, he might be able to actually rebuild it. Yeah, last second he rebuilt it, but that was not enough, and there the Champion Strom goes down to the GFA Chaludra. Speedy Enchilada now, instead of pulling back and wait for his teammate, instead thinks, well, this is a good time to charge in. Quickly realizing that his teammate is dead and not there to help him, he pulls away and then he goes back in again. Champion Strom respawning way southeast. Being a long-range ship, it might be possible for him to get in there, but yeah, this does not look good for the Pomelos. With the Speedy Enchilada losing his hull armor and most of his balloon, getting a tiny bit of perma-hull there. Speedy Enchilada and Chaludra doing a little love tap at the end there. Speedy Enchilada is able to hold up. A Corsair is a pretty bulky ship. It has a lot of speed if you really charge it up. So it's a force of nature, definitely. But what it does lack, well, not what it lacks. What it has a lot of is hull armor and perma-hull. It takes a lot of firepower to actually take it down. The Speed Enchilada now losing his hull armor once more, taking a tiny bit of hull armor, perma-hull there. However, even though that's the case, now Champion Strom almost losing his balloon there. There the balloon actually goes down. Might it be Champion Strom that ensures the loss of Pomelos for this first round? Hull armor almost down. Well, almost everything down actually. Balloon was down, hull armor was down, most of his perma-hull was down as well. However, Speedy Enchilada doing a direct ram on the GFA Chaludra, taking down almost all of his hull armor and balloon. but did not, sadly, be able to take it down completely, so no permahull going in there. However, now the hull armor is down, trying to Goomba Stomp the Judgment. The Corsair does its best to at least try to secure one kill for the Pomelos. However, the Chalidra being able to rebuild his hull armor as quickly as he is. And the Fluffy Moth now firing at the Enchilada as well. Hull armor goes down instantly. Hull armor goes back up on the Enchilada actually. Champion Strum trying his best to help his friend by taking out the Fluffy Moth, but Fluffy Moth being somehow able to avoid things, being a Magnate. Gotta have respect for that. Now the GFA Chalidra and the Speed Enchilada with their own little hassle there. Yeah, last suicide mission for Enchilada, yeah. Oh, he was actually able to get out of there. Somehow. Trying to do combined fire with his teammate on the Fluffy Moth. However, Enchilada now losing his hull armor, and there he goes down, securing the first victory of Legio Lepidoptera Leviathan. So congratulations to Triple L for winning this first match. And I'll see you guys in lobby in just a second. Oh, I do notice that something needs to be fixed right away, so you guys see nothing of what's going to happen the next 10 seconds. So the next map for this week will be the Missing Mutiny. So yeah, gonna be interesting to see how that turns out. Oh, I should probably point out there, what's her name? Rabel? Rabel Anim. Right, Rabel Anim. Yeah, I'm gonna butcher a lot of names. Yeah, it's not the chat that has a delay, it's the stream itself. There's a 1 minute delay on the stream to ensure that the people participating in this competitive event do not stream snipe or cheat by watching the stream. So everything you see here is 1 minute in the future for what you see. So I am 1 minute in front of whatever you see on the stream. So I can. So for me, I am able to respond to the chat the same second that the messages come in, but you guys don't actually hear the response until a minute later. So that way, when you guys end up 1 minute later and actually want to respond to what I'm saying, I can respond to whatever you're saying immediately, but you have to wait 1 minute until you actually hear the response. It's standard rules for all competitive events in Guns of Icarus. Also, it's 1 minute and a half until lockdown. Until all ship loadouts are locked, and they won't be able to change any of the ship loadouts. It's 1 minute till lockdown. And we are about to head into the lockdown. It will happen now. The lock is active. The lock is active, and no loadouts or ship loadouts can be changed in the lobby. So now we are waiting to head into the match. I'll see you guys there. And we are heading into the match. So we'll be, well, as I said, in match any second now. Mr. Mutiny. It's definitely not my favorite map. I will say that. It's a good map. I respect the map. You gotta respect. You gotta respect the map and stuff. But even though I don't like it, it's still technically a good map, and I know that a lot of people does like it. Oh, there's a pause, I guess. Ah, it looks like one of the blue ships, or not. They're lacking a crew member. Well, while they are doing that, I will be doing ship callouts. The first ship of the second match of this week will be the Fluffy Moth. It's a Magnate piloted by Mervyn. It's a Manticore Heavy Watcher, Banshee Light Rocket Carousel, a Hades Light Cannon, a Mervyn Light Gatling Gun, and a Banshee Light Rocket Carousel. Magnate, yes. Fighting on the Legio Lepidoptera Leviathan side. The second ship of the second match of this week will be the GFA Dosidicus. It's a Stonebreaker piloted by Captain Scrowbear. It's a Nemesis Heavy Carronade, River Light Gatling Gun, an Artemis Light Rocket Launcher, and a Kindle Light Flak Cannon Stonebreaker. The third ship of the second match of this week will be the Spirit of Fire. It's a Shrike piloted by Hellfire. It's a duo Manticore Heavy Watcher, Barking Dog Light Carronade, and a Mervyn Light Gatling Gun. Shrike fighting on the Pomelo side. The fourth ship of the second match of this week will be the Stromolo. It's a Judgment piloted by our good old pal Sunstrom. It's a Lumberjack Heavy Mortar, Hades Light Cannon, and a Kidney Light Black Cannon, a Manticore Heavy Watcher, and a Barking Dog Light Carronade Judgment. Woo! How are you doing there, Sunstrom? Are you feeling all right? And it's definitely a good, like, it's not a bad map. We're also 30 seconds until they pass over. And it does appear that they do have... Yeah, the blue team does actually have the last teammate they need. So let's hope for some combat soon. Spirit of Fire already having lost their hull armor for some reason. Must have crashed into something then. Mr. Mutiny, it's a lot harder to actually hide from your teammates. It's not as big of a map. Having it being shortened down and a lot narrower. Still think it's a good map. Richard, for those of you who didn't know, is one of the developers of the game, being part of the Muse team, at least for this game, and he's doing a lot of map changes and balancing and stuff like that. He has sadly turned down my request of making every single map in the game dunes. But you know, you can't have everything in the world. Now, both red ships really going for the Stromolo here. Stromolo taking a lot of fire from both the GFX Doceticus and Fluffy Moth. Will this be the end of Stromolo, having lost most of his hull armor and, well, again, most of his permahull? Spirit of Fire bringing a super fast strike, really going in there and actually killing the GFA Doceticus. Man, that was... wow. That was actually quite epic. However, the Fluffy Moth now doing his best to keep the balloon of the Spirit of Fire down. However, the Stromolo now going for the Fluffy Moth. Will this be the end? Will this be where the legacy of Legio Lepidoptera Leviathan is defiled by the means of the Pomelos? Does not appear so, actually. Spirit of Fire pulling back, Fluffy Moth being able to just barely hide behind a building and not die. GFA Doceticus taking down the Spirit of Fire and now going in for a hassle with the Stromolo, having backup from his friend Fluffy Moth. Nope. A lot of fire is going into both ships here. However, the Stromolo goes down with 14 fire stacks on his whole armor before it goes down. Yeah, only that was surely a very quick kill. That happened with the strike earlier. Spirit of Fire now waiting for his teammate to respawn. Sunstrom respawning by his side, being spotted instantly by both red ships. However, the blue ships have probably not... Yeah, there, the first spot goes in from the blue team. I mean, the first spot off blue team, or the first ship spotted by the blue team. Even though red spotted blue first. Yeah, English. I'm very yes at English. My English is very yes. Take that, Kairos. I'm stealing your catchphrase. Rather, using it illegally. Spirit of Fire now taking a bit of damage there. Fluffy Moth having most of his permahull down in the like. Okay, there it goes down to the hands of the Spirit of Fire. What a dramatic kill. Spirit of Fire now going for the GFA to Sidicus. Trying to get away from there as quickly as possible. Doing some fire into the Spirit of Fire there. Doing fire into Spirit of Fire. Fire! Fire up the fire! Yes. Oh, GFA to Sidicus taking a lot of damage there. Was a good watcher from Stromlo. Could have hit more, but could have hit less as well. And there the GFA to Sidicus goes down. Blue team not having any of whatever happened last match. And really making sure that they're still in the game. However, both blue ships actually being in their spawn. So either blue team has to go over to red team, or red team has to come over here again. Red team might, however, be a bit more hesitant when it comes to that. Even though blue team can win on the time alone if it ends up with the timer going out. But it does not appear that that will be the case. GFA to Sidicus coming in from below. Spirit of Fire noticing the GFA to Sidicus trying to do that. Goes for a ram, but it does backfire a lot. GFA to Sidicus getting a good amount of damage on the Spirit of Fire, because Spirit of Fire taking down most of his own hull armor by that ram. However, Fluffy Mouth now being stuck in a building, losing his hull armor. GFA to Sidicus goes down to the hands of the Stromlo actually, so that long range shot there from the Stromlo took it down, even though the Spirit of Fire did most of the dirty work. Fluffy Moth now realizing that this is not the best position to be in, especially against a Judgment. However, he does actually avoid getting Goombas down, but the back watch of that Stromlo there will most likely do good damage on the Fluffy Moth. Yeah, there it goes in. I'm surprised that that did not disable more. I'm guessing that it does not actually use that it's not actually using burst rounds, which is... Sadly, I won't actually be able to check that, since the Fluffy Mouth will most likely go down. Right here. And the Fluffy Moth goes down. Congratulations, Sunstrom and the gang, on the Pomelos for winning this second match. It was a good fight. We'll be heading back into lobby any second now. Ah, okay. So we'll have to do again. What you're gonna see here, you don't actually see it. This is invisible for you. You think you see anything, but you don't. So red team goes to the victors. I mean the victors go to red team. So now we will have the Pomelos on red side instead of blue. We are 2 minutes left on the timer. We are 1 minute 30 until lockdown. Sorry, I was a bit delayed on the 1 minute 30. 1 minute till lockdown. "30 seconds until lockdown." The next map will be Ash and Scovel actually, which has a lot of good potential. Certainly gonna be interesting to see. And the lock is active. So we will be heading into the match very soon. See you guys there. And we are now in the match. The first... Oh, wait, the Skyborn, please don't. Oh, well... Okay. You guys... We didn't see anything. Well, let's do this. The good old... Actually, let's do it the same order as we did before. The third ship... The third ship, yeah, you heard that right. The third ship of today's third match is the Bamboozle Moth, piloted by Mervyn. It's a Judgment with a Typhoon Heavy Flak Cannon Mark II, a Vermin Light Gatling Gun, a Mercury Field Gun, a Manticore Heavy Watch, and a Javelin Light Harpoon Gun Judgment. The fourth ship of today's third match is the GFA Circus, piloted by Captain Scrowbait. It's a Lumberjack Heavy Mortar, Ceratops Missile Mark S, Phobos Light Mine Rocket Launcher, and another Ceratops Missile Mark S, Stormbreaker. The first ship of today's third match is the Skyborn. It's a Mobula piloted by Hellfire. It's an Artemis Light Rocket Launcher, Artemis Light Rocket Launcher, Mercury Field Gun, a Vermin Light Gatling Gun, and a Beacon Flare Gun Mobula. The second ship of today's third match is the Champion Strom. It's a Galleon piloted by Sunstrom with a Beacon Flare Gun, Manticore Heavy Watcher, Lumberjack Heavy Mortar, Hellhound Twin, a Hellhound Heavy Twin Carronade, a Typhoon Heavy Flak Cannon Mark II, and a Hades Light Cannon Galleon. Skyborn now dying. It was taken down by the GFA Circus, but I'm gonna be completely honest, I think that this mountain was actually the real MVP of that fight. Champion Strom hanging out by himself, like all the way over here, just backing off, doing his own thing. I mean, who even needs teammates? And though the Skyborn respawns. With both the GFA Circus and Bamboozle Moth on the other side of the map, I don't think that those shots will hit Circus. Yeah, it just about didn't hit. They do have a long range, but just not enough. Blue team staying behind this mountain here, having the first kill. They actually have the upper hand. So, a lot of just stagnation here. Blue team staying in their, I guess, hole. GFA Circus does a bit of scouting there, but you see that the red team is moving around. So until anything super exciting happens, I'm just gonna hold the map out for you here, so that you can yourself see where they are headed. The gray marker there, that's me, so don't be confused by that. Both ships really, well, going around in a circle. What even is blue team doing here? They're just hanging out, you know, on the edge of the map. The very edge of the map, actually. Wow, this match is... Wow. I actually have no words for this. They're just staying in their own ends. So a match lasts about... It lasts 20 minutes. I've already spent 7 of those 20 minutes on absolutely nothing. I actually have no words. I mean, nothing is happening. The music started, but literally nothing is happening. Oh, they are actually about to engage each other. They have spotted each other, and now the match is actually, you know, happening. I'm very glad that I wasn't too late to actually see that. I'm a smart bean. Yes, I'm a clever bean. With both teams really focusing on the long range side, Champion Storm having his long range side towards the blue team, Skyborn trying to get a bit closer. Mostly because, well, he does have some long range capabilities. Actually, a lot of long range capabilities. Actually, I'm not sure what he's doing. He should probably try to stay long range. But he might as well, if he does stay in this position where he is right now, he's able to get good cover pretty instantly. But Immobula, being a not really that, he doesn't actually have a lot of hull armor. And there it goes down. As I said, that I wouldn't call that one of the best moves that I've seen from that Mobula. Now with the blue team now having the upper hand in the in the battle. Most likely try to take down Champion Storm as quickly as they can. Champion Storm having lost his whole armor and balloon. Tries to get out of there as quickly as he can, but is not that successful. Skyborn now respawning, but it does not look like that he's gonna get into the action before the Champion Storm gets taken down by the GFA Justiticus. Congratulations there, Triple L. Now the Skyborn probably wants to stay behind with his teammates. If he does not, however, that I'm not quite sure what he's doing then. And now we're back into this thing. Champion Storm respawning on the other side of the map compared to Skyborn. I'm not quite sure what Sunstorm is thinking about here. Being spotted and going directly into the combat. He hasn't given up, has he? I really hope not. Skyborn must have realized that there's no way he's able to make it in time. If I was Sunstorm right now, I would have just tried to get out of there as quickly as possible. Have a balloon down, whole armor down, and well, ship down. Going down at the hands of the Bamboozle Moth. This is really not the Pomelos match. Legion Lepidoptera, Leviathan dominating, Skyborn doing something. And now, blue team is going around there. Around the mountain. Red team now being spotted. However, they are actually moving in as a unit now. However, the Skyborn being a bit brave there. Zerga still having a line of fire, just barely. Bamboozle Moth staying in his position to make sure that no ships are trying to flank them. Or he's actually trying to flank himself. That's actually a clever idea. Mervin is really... Look at that, I'm actually starting to remember who pilots what ship. I'm a clever bean. I'm starting to remember things. After actually streaming this event for a few weeks. The Skyborn being the one that's most likely to go down first. Hull armor down, balloon almost down as well. And there it goes down to the hands of the Bamboozle Moth, I am pretty sure. So congratulations to Legio Lepidoptera Leviathan for winning this third match of this week. And we will see you guys in the next lobby very soon. And the next map being on Crown Gambit. We're having a 2-minute break until the timer starts. And the timer has started. We are 2 minutes 30 until lockdown. One minute and 30 until lockdown. 30 seconds until... Oh, wait. 30 seconds until lockdown. And the lockdown is active. We will be continuing with the next match, the 4th match, which will take place on Crown Gambit very soon. So I'll see you guys there. Crown Gambit, one of the newer maps in the game. Certainly gonna be interesting to see if some of the issues that we had with this map before is fixed. Some hitbox issues, they probably have been though. So, to start off with the ship callouts. First ship of the 4th match of the day will be the DE Erp Moth. Or Death Moth, for those that actually speak proper English. It's a Crusader piloted by Mervin. Thank God that we actually see Crusaders in the SS for once. It's a duo Minotaur heavy cannon. Is it a mirrored one actually? Yeah, it's a mirrored Minotaur Echidna and Whirlwind light Gatling gun. Crusader. The second ship of today's 4th match will be the JFA Chalindra. It's a Judgment piloted by Captain Scrowbird. It's a Lumberjack Heavy Mortar, Haze Light Cannon, Artemis Light Rocket Launcher, Manticore Heavy Watch, and a Barking Dog Light Grenade Judgment. The third ship of today's 4th match will be the Spirit of Fire. It's a Shrike piloted by Hellfire. It's a duo Manticore Heavy Watcher, Barking Dog Light Grenade, and a Bourbon Light Gatling Gun Shrike. Fourth ship of today's 4th match will be the Stromolo. It's a Lumberjack Heavy Mortar, Hades Light Cannon, a Light Black Cannon, a Manticore Heavy Watcher, and a Barking Dog Light Grenade Judgment. Piloted by Sunstrom. Judgment. Very nice. So we already have long range fire going in from the Stromolo, but a lot of fire coming from all other ships actually. We're seeing a lot of fire going in from both teams here. However, the red team seems to take the worst amount of damage, or the most amount of damage. Chalindra actually having its hull armor down there, and Derpmoth got his hull armor down and took about half of its permahull. Balloon down on the Derpmoth as well. Spirit of Fire getting a good Hwatra into the Chalindra. Chalindra having both balloon and hull armor down, and most of his guns and engines disabled, while 3 of them are on fire. Only 1 engine is actually working properly. The Stromolo having lost about half of its permahull as well. However, the red team does look like they're getting the worst out of this combat, or of this, what would you call it, encounter. Derpmoth now having his hull armor broken again. However, it was able to rebuild it, however Balloon is still down. Spirit of Fire trying to get behind. There Hwatra goes in from the Spirit of Fire and into the JFA Chalindra. Chalindra having most of his everything actually disabled, Balloon's down. Fire on both hull armor and Balloon on like everything. Yeah. And there it goes down, the Derpmoth goes down to the hands of the Stromolo. Spirit of Fire now getting a Hwatra into the Chalindra again. Stromolo doing the long range fires into the Chalindra. This does not look good for a team. Chalidra having hull armor broken, and there it goes down to the hands of the Stromolo from the long-range shots. It does look like Sundstrom has a lot more luck using the Judgment than using the Galleon. Having lost both Galleon matches and won the single match that he actually decided to use the Stromolo Judgment, it does appear that Sundstrom and his team does just perform better having a Judgment on their team. Both blue ships trying to stay as much back as possible and not engage recklessly. However, Spirit of Fire doing a bit of scanning there, Stromolo staying on alert and in as much cover as possible. Blue team not realizing that red team is coming from behind. Stromolo being spotted by the Chalidra, Derpmoth coming around the mountain now. Spirit of Fire being on the wrong side, but it might actually be able to quickly go there since the Shrike is one of the fastest ships in the game. And the Spirit of Fire is able to get a good flank on them, get a good disable on one of the ships. The Stromolo might be able to actually turn around and do the long-range shots. Spirit of Fire slowly switching between going as quickly as he can and burning a bit of moonshine. However, since the Chalidra is fitted for long-range combat as well, this does not look that good for the Stromolo, having lost almost half of his permahull to begin with. Man, it's silent. Spirit of Fire actually being able to get in there. Now the engagement has properly started. Stromolo having lost his balloon, almost all of his hull armor, having a bit of fire, having 3 fire stacks there, and tries desperately to rebuild it as quickly as he can. However, the GFA, no, the GFA, the Derpmoth, well, GFA as well, but the Derpmoth now being very close to the Stromolo, having taken down its hull armor. And a bit more of his permahull there. Balloon going down over Spirit of Fire, just being able to get in there and actually disable the Derpmoth. Not having it that efficient of a watch going in on the Derpmoth, but still helping his teammate out. The hull armor of Spirit of Fire went down there, giving him like a fourth of his permahull going down there. But not too bad still. A good Watcher going in on the GFA Chalidra there. Disabling it a bit. Having 10 fire stacks on the hull armor there. That's, wow, that's devastating. GFA Chalidra losing his hull armor. And a lot of permahull there. Almost half of its permahull there. Derpmoth now being hammered by the Spirit of Fire as well. Hull armor down on the Derpmoth, losing about half of his permahull. Probably like 60% is left. Stromolo, however, taking a lot of damage. Hull armor going down on Stromolo. However, no flags going in from the Derpmoth to really take down. Oh, and there the Derpmoth goes down by a ram from the Spirit of Fire. Spirit of Fire losing its hull armor, but then quickly rebuilding it without much damage. The Stromolo now almost being in the position to actually do fire on the Chalidra, and there it is. Balloon on Chalidra goes down instantly, hull armor as well, and there Watcher goes in from the Spirit of Fire, taking down the Chalidra. 4-0 in favor of the Pommeloos. The blue team being in a clear lead. Stromlo just able to actually survive that engagement where he was alone for a second there. So all credits to you, Sunstrom, for being able to survive that. Red team now respawning, trying to get in there as quickly as possible. The Derp Moth being spotted. Spirit of Fire rushing away with their moonshine. Not quite sure what the thought there is. They're moving directly in the opposite direction of their enemies. And also to the edge of the map. The edge of the map being where the routes stop. So right now, Spirit of Fire going to... well, you know, outside the map. At least trying to. I'm actually not quite sure what Spirit of Fire is doing. Trying to go around something. I don't know what it's trying to go around, but it's surely something. Maybe he wants to... yeah, actually, he might want to... what he's probably thinking of is he wants to stay as far back as possible so that he's not spotted, so that he might be able to get a moment of surprise. The element of surprise is everything for the Shrike. Being able to quickly zoom in into combat and then get a surprise watcher, which can turn the whole match around, or at least that engagement. As I said, Spirit of Fire not being spotted, going over the mountain. He probably wants the Stromlo to at least try to engage somewhat. However, if he's able to get a good disable on the Chalidra. However, he's not. He is spotted now. Chalidra is not spotted. He must have. Okay, there. Chalidra must have been seen now by Spirit of Fire. Spirit of Fire not actually getting. Okay, he did actually fire a Hwacha at the Chalidra. However, that didn't do anything actually. He did literally nothing. Tried to get a good one on the Derp Moth, did nothing as well. Both red ships being able to avoid as much damage as possible. However, Derp Moth having most of his hull armor down, trying to rebuild it, but not with that much success. However, Chalidra is now able to get a good amount of damage on Spirit of Fire if he's not too unlucky. Stromlo, hull armor down. Most not actually. Thing is, he has very little permahull, but then again he did have very little permahull before this engagement as well, because he survived that earlier engagement. I think the second engagement, just barely though. So now the Stromlo with that Hwacha on the Derp Moth, disabling one of his engines, setting one of them on fire. And then disabling 3 guns as well. Chalidra now losing his hull armor after having 20 fire stacks on it. However, they did not take that much permahull off him. Derp Moth now having 4 guns disabled and 3 fire stacks on 1 engine and the hull armor. It's just a matter of time until Derp Moth now having lost his hull armor again. Stromlo coming in with a Hwacha there, continuously disabling the Derp Moth. Now having 1 fire stack on both the balloon and the hull armor, disabling 4 guns and 1 engine. The JFA Chalidra having his balloon down, 18 fire stacks on hull armor before it goes down and gets a good amount of permahull damage there. About 30% of it went down. Derp Moth, I've seen better days, being continuously disabled by the Stromlo. Stromlo being able to hold up pretty good. A little love touch there, a little love tap from the Stromlo to the Derp Moth. Chalidra now losing his balloon, Derp Moth losing his hull armor. Chalidra losing half of his hull armor, 1 fire stack. most guns disabled on both Chalidra and Derpmoth, so I think they're literally they're playing it safe. They know that if they just secure one kill, they are able to win this match and are still in the tournament, so that there will be a finale at the end. Chalidra now losing his hull armor. Half of its perma-hull is down, about 30% left, not even that, like 35% left. Spirit of Fire having half, like, both blue ships are actually looking quite well, considering what they went through last engagement, and considering how low they were before they entered this engagement. Chalidra now losing most of its hull armor. It's only a matter of time before a little love tap kills it. Stromlo now trying to get into position to take down Chalidra after his hull armor went down. However, Chalidra did actually, 10 fire stacks took down the hull armor of the Derpmoth, however it was able to rebuild it. Now, Stromlo doing a Hwacha and a ram from, actually backing into a ram on the GFA Chalidra. Derpmoth now trying to aid his friend, however, he was not successful. So congratulations to the Pomelos for winning this fourth match, which does mean that there will be a finale. Both teams having won 2 matches, and since we're doing a best of 3, that means that the Pomelos will move over to the red team. And I'll see you guys in the lobby. The next map will actually take place on Northern Fjords, you know, the good old fjords up north. And the timer has started. And it's 2 minutes 30 until lockdown. And it's 1 minute 30 until lockdown. And we are adding 2 minutes to the lobby timer by a request of both teams. And it's 1 minute until lockdown. And we are into the lockdown, which will mean that we will be heading into our last match of today, which will take place on the northern fjord, the Pomelos being on the red side and the Legio Lepidoptera Leviathan being on blue. So I'll see you guys in the match. Oh no. Guys, I really want you guys to tell me in chat, if you're watching, if my microphone was muted while doing ship callouts. Because if so, well, that's embarrassing. I just noticed that my microphone was muted. So I'm really sorry about that, for the lack of audio commentary. Actually, this is long-range engagement. Nothing's really going to happen. Slow-moving squid might lose some hull armor there, but yeah, he did actually lose some hull armor there. Anyways, I'll actually be able to do ship callouts again. So for the first ship of today's last match, the slow-moving squid being on the Pomelo side, it's a galleon piloted by Hellfire. It's a beacon flare gun, Manticore heavy quadra, lumberjack heavy mortar, Hellhound heavy twin carronade, Typhon heavy flat cannon Mark II, and a Hades light cannon galleon. The second ship of today's last match is the Champion Strom, piloted by Sunstrom. It's a galleon with a beacon flare gun, Manticore heavy quadra, lumberjack heavy mortar, and Hellhound heavy twin carronade, Typhon heavy flat cannon Mark II, and a Hades light cannon galleon. Nice. And on the Elegio Lepidopterus side, it's the Bamboozle Moth. It's a Judgment piloted by Mervyn. It's a heavy twin. It's a Typhoon Heavy Flag Mark II. It's a Typhoon Heavy Flag Cannon Mark II, Mervyn Light Gatling Gun, a Mercury Heavy Field Gun, and a Manticore Heavy Quadra, and a Javelin Light Harpoon Gun. Actually, it's not a Mervyn Light Gatling Gun. No, I mean, yeah, it is a Mervyn Light Gatling Gun. It's not a Mercury Heavy Field Gun. It's a regular Mercury Field Gun, a Manticore Heavy Quadra. Yeah. The last ship of today's last match will be the JV Chalidra. It's a Judgment piloted by Captain Scrowbait. It's a Lumberjack Heavy Mortar, a Haze Light Cannon, an Artemis Light Rocket Launcher, a Manticore Heavy Quadra, and a Barking Dog Light Carronade Judgment. And as I thought that I did it for you guys earlier, we are in an engagement. Man, it's so embarrassing to know that you have actually been making a lot of commentary, being as tired as I am, and it didn't count for anything because, you know, microphone was muted. But yeah, actually, to be quite frank, what the commentary actually was just me saying that long-range engagements are not half as fun as shorter range engagements. I mean, as I thought that I stated for you guys, that I have a lot of respect for these people that play in these tournaments. There are some really good plays, and of course the main goal, of course, is to win. It is a competitive event. So in my opinion, there's no real cheap tactics. You do what you need to win, with some honor in it. But yeah, it's not that fun when you see these super long range engagements, because it takes so long for anyone to actually kill anyone. Oh, something happened there. Yeah, no worries. I mean, there's not really much to comment yet. I can point out that every time a balloon goes down, but that happens too often that there's not really any point of me actually pointing out things. Because there's not really much to point out except a few disables, a few balloons going down, a percentage of permahull. I mean, just look at this. There's... What should I even say? There's not really much to say. Oh, something happened there again. Yeah, I do have the in-game chat hidden, I will say that. Oh lord. Oh lord of the spades. Why are you even pointing this out to me? Why must you hurt me this way? What even is this? It's just nothing. This is nothing, guys. You won. You guys won. The real MVP is just this engagement in general. I'm not even sure what I'm looking at. It's just nothing. It's just a big pile of nothing. It's like it's like four people with two on each side standing on each and standing on their own side of a river. Just like that. It's like two people standing on each side of the river and trying to throw a rock at the other one. But then the other one is also wearing like a huge set of armor, so the rock doesn't actually hurt him when you hit it. I'm great with the analogies. I promise. They're very yes. Just like my English. I mean, okay, you know what? What do you guys want to talk about? Is there anything interesting going on with you guys in chat? Anything fun? Anything that's happening? Yeah, that's what I like. I've always found that there's not really much long-range things going on on Northern Fjords. I actually find it to be a lot more close range, a lot more working around the mountains. Well, we can't really call it a stalemate though. It's a competitive event. It gets logged. It gets archived. You can't really just call it a stalemate. One ship has to actually win. Oh. Sorry, I shouldn't get frustrated. I'm the commentator. I should. Oh Lord! I'm just so confused. I mean, this is surely a match. Oh, is there a snowman on this map? Now where's the snowman? You must tell me where the snowman is. It's not like we don't have time. We have 5 minutes to find it because none of these will actually kill each other. I will now ask Richard where the snowman is. C5, okay. C5 is over there. Let's go for a snowman, and actually, let's do this. Yeah. Got a bit of music. Because you know what? This is just ridiculous. I mean, no ships are actually taking any damage, so... C5, that's over here. Okay, let's find this. Oh my lord, there's the snowman. Hello. Hello there, snowman. Now what shall we call you, snowman? Mr. Snowman, what shall we call you? What's a good name for a snowman? You know what? I'll call him Brian. Hello, Brian. Or actually, I'll call you Snowman O'Brien. Yeah. That's nice, right? Snowman O'Brien. Yeah, Snowman O'Brien it is. Welcome to the scene, Snowman O'Brien. And whoa, things are kicking off. Things are. Oh lord, I missed it. I missed it. They got a kill. Thank God. It won't be a stalemate. It won't be a stalemate. Unless, of course, Sunstorm survives this. And there it is. I am very sorry that I wasn't able to be there when the kill went down. But you know what? Who can blame me? Slow moving squid now taking a lot of damage. Hull armor being down, and it goes down again to the hands of the Bamboozle Moth. With 1 minute left, Champion Strom is now... He must have realized that this is defeat. There's no way that they can take down 3 blue ships in 1 minute. Champion Strom will most likely go down here as well, losing most of everything. Slow moving squid spawning in, but with 30 seconds left. In 20 seconds. Can blue team take down that ship in 20 seconds? You know, they most likely can. Slow moving squid now losing its overtime. No, not overtime, sorry. Blue team, no, what? The red galleon that just died lost its hull armor and then it died. Richard calling in 1 second of overtime. An overtime initiated. We have 30 seconds left until lobby. Good joke there, Captain Koic. So congratulations to Legio Lepidoptera Leviathan for winning this week. So congratulations to the captains Mervyn with crewmates Captain Koic, Lord of Spades, and Caravanai. And yeah, so congratulations to the Legio Lepidoptera Leviathan with Captain Mervyn, with her crewmates, or his or her crewmates, Captain Koic, Lord of Spades, and Caravanai. And then also, congratulations to Captain Scrowbed, with crew members being the gunner Morgif, engineer Rue, and the guy who just left, who my psychic mind powers tells me is named something as fabulous as Arya. So congratulations to them. So this has been week 238. My name is Sander, I've been your host for today, and I'll see you guys later.